I'll tell you what. You hear about towers or, it's like things to shake you up, to get you out of your comfort zone. If you're not going to get out of your comfort zone, if you're not going to do what you know you need to do, right? If you're not going to face those fears and snip them and just keep going, then that's when like a tower will come in. Something where it's like, just speaking my language, but you can, speak it in your language. It's like the angels or guides will come in and knock shit down and force you. You have no choice now, right? Like, what are you going to do? You have to face those fears. You have to blah, 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 blah. And sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. I mean, sometimes you're just not listening for so long that it becomes something that we would consider horrific or bad. But ultimately, it's always good because it's just helping you get to where you know you need to go and you're refusing to go. So, God. So I just had like a mini one, I guess. We could kind of call it that, where if you've ever gone someplace, you usually have images in your mind, right? So let's just take your traveling, right? You're on vacation and you experience what you experienced, good, bad, or indifferent. It's what you experienced. And so those are the recollections you have. Those are the images you recall. That's the snapshot in your mind of that location. Okay, so when anybody ever mentions it, those are the images that flash in your mind. That's your memory. That's your experience. That's what occurred. And so if you don't like it, you got to change it. You have to experience more. You have to find what you do like about it or go someplace else. Okay, well, I definitely have not been living enough. We have definitely established that. And it's like I keep saying I want to get back to my life, get back to having fun, get back to having a good time, like all these things. And yet I have felt like there was still more things I had to work through. And so it was like it was like this tug of war in where, me, I'll face all my fears. I like to face it so that I can get through it and keep it going. And yet I also felt stuck, which was agitating as fuck because I'm aware of this dynamic. I'm aware of how to do it. And yet, right? It was like, what the fuck? Anyway. So I have only so many snapshots in my head of a certain situation, location, whatever. And I don't like it. And so I've been getting really agitated. When I relax, some of these things have continued to flash, and I have gotten furious with my higher self and with God. Like, if you don't knock it the fuck off, I don't like that. So are you just being a bastard? Like, what the fuck? What is the lesson? What's the message here? Because I'm getting really agitated. Burn it down, snip it, cut it. What do you need to do to get that out of my mind? And they just wouldn't stop. This has gone on for days. And so finally this morning, it was this awareness, like, well, then fucking do something about it. You don't have enough images in your head because you haven't lived enough life experience in that location or space or time. And so it's going to keep flashing the same fucking thing until you experience more life in that space, location, place, or time, and or move, right? Like, does that make, I hope that makes sense to people. And, it's that idea of the mini tower and like, oh, you're getting forced out of your comfort zone and you're going to go live, or you're stuck with those images, which you have deemed you don't like, and you have deemed that it's wildly uncomfortable, and you've gotten furious with us and refused to sit in those images. So then fucking go do like something else so you can fill up your mind with the images and the experiences and the life you do want that will dominate and override any of that old past junk. But you have to see and understand these things, right? Because of course, at first I was asking myself the wrong question. Like, you've got to fucking be kidding me. That's the shit you're bringing in? That's what I called in? That's the reward? I'm pissed, right? And so it's like, no, you have to hear the message. You have to understand what's occurring. You have to take charge. You are the lead. And so choose. Otherwise, you are handing away your power to whatever comes about, right? And it's like, well, fuck that. Fuck that. You have to take charge. You have to take the lead. You have to direct your mind. You have to choose your experiences. You are in charge. So take it. Take that power. Take that choice. Take that lead. Otherwise, you get drug all over the place because somebody else or something else or whatever occurred is dragging you. It's the idea of like you take charge of your life or life takes charge of you. And fuck. I mean, well, I was going to say, fuck, you don't want that. I say that, but I can't tell you, most people I know, that is their circumstances. So it's like, well, we're all choosing, so I guess they like to be drug all around. I guess they like to be led on a leash through hell and back. You have to choose. And until you do, you're fucked. But again, it's like, I'm saying that. I see, you can hear my opinion here. I'm saying that as if it's a horrific thing because it's horrific for me, right? Because I've been in those experiences many a times where I wasn't taking my own power, my own control, my own mind, my own thoughts. I wasn't in charge of them. I was allowing others to plant seeds or to string me along or to take over it's essentially your power, right? Because when they're taking over your thoughts and dictating where your mind goes, they're in charge then. So it's like, to me, those experiences, that feeling, that loss of power, that helplessness, that hopelessness, that bullshit, those lies and ties, those that blinding blindfolder, to me, no good. I don't like it. And so you have to figure out what's going on so you can untie yourself. Remove those lies, those ties, those binds, that blindfolder, that bullshit, and take charge of your mind again and direct it to where you do want it to go and choose your life, your experiences. And that all begins with you dictating your own thoughts, you thinking on your own, you controlling your mind, you utilizing your tool versus your tool utilizing you. So it's all up to you, and you're getting messages and information and clues all the time as to what's occurring in your mind. Are you following those guides? Are you following that guidance? You know, we have such a natural innate system where you put in thoughts and you don't like those thoughts, you start to have issues in your body. And usually those issues in your body are alerting you, I don't like those thoughts. It's causing me pain and harm. You're lying to me. That's not true for me. That doesn't feel good for me. What are you doing? And that pain's going to continue to increase until you choose different thoughts, or you get clear on what's going on in your mind, or till you tell yourself the truth and you have that clarity. And then you can start to relieve your pain, release those burdens, release those lies, release those ties, and get back to healing, wholeness, wellness, clarity, truth, your truth. You have to know your truth. You have to know you. You have to know what feels good for you. And you get to choose. And we're all choosing all the time. And we're choosing to not choose. That's also a choice. So it's like when you can see all this more clearly, when you can understand it more clearly, it doesn't make it necessarily easier. As a matter of fact, sometimes it makes it even more challenging. But the alternative, again, for me, is so much more painful that it's worth the challenge, right? So it's worth the struggle of focus, right? So again, for me, it's extremely hard sometimes because I have a more challenging time at times than others. But honestly, even without my labels, I think anybody and everybody can say that. It can be challenging, especially in this day and age where we have such a tremendous amount coming at us all the time, whether or not we like it. In other words, even if you're somebody who doesn't watch the news, who is not on their phone, even if you set up your life in such a beautiful, peaceful way where you are not engaging with direct dictation of your thoughts and desires, you are still, even by walking around and engaging with other humans, you're seeing signs and symbols everywhere. You're having people say things to you all the time, which is their beliefs, their understanding, their hinges, their whatever. And so you still have to be aware, conscious, awake, aligned, choosing your thoughts and not allowing others to plant seeds. So even when you set yourself up for success, it's not like you can be like, oh, okay, I'm good now. No, always and forever. But yes, I do agree that you want to set yourself up for success. You want to put yourself in positions and places and spaces and time that feel good for you, that you feel like, it's such a hard thing to say because you can only control yourself. And again, people can barely do that. But you do want to control your thoughts. You want to be in charge of your thoughts. And so I think it's important you set yourself up knowing yourself for ways that can be advantageous to you, for you to do that. Right? So, I like to be more in nature. I like to be by the ocean. I like to be out in the open air. I like to be conversing with happy people with positive thoughts who are controlling their mind, or at least attempting to, right? Who are engaging in conversations that are uplifting and positive. And yes, maybe different, but I want different. We don't want all the same, and yet not in a way where they're demanding or forcing their beliefs. It's just an easy conversation. And these are happy people who have no interest in controlling other people. They just have an interest in sharing, right? And collaborating. And so we can go on and on, but hopefully you heard the original message was funny to me in that it was like the universe is like, you don't want to get out of your comfort zone? No problem. No problem. We are going to flood your mind with things that are going to piss you off until you change them, until you take charge again. So you want us to take the lead? Sure. Right? It's like, oh, you know what, you bastard. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.